Hello everyone! Today it's time for part 2 of a video that I did, a few weeks ago, a couple months ago, I can't remember anymore. I meant to do part 2 much sooner than this, but it got away from me. Anyway, this is the follow-up video of me going through boxes of old picture books that we have in the house. This should be the conclusion. I don't think we have any more boxes. If we do, I'd be shocked. I can't imagine where they would be. In our creepy attic, maybe? If they're in the creepy attic, I'm not gonna find them, because I'm not going in there. Here is the first box. This box is smaller, but has considerably more books in it, which is very strange. Up at the top, we have a few of the Little Miss books. These belong to my sister. Well, Little Miss and Little Mister. We have Mr. Silly, Little Miss Tiny, Little Miss Twins, Little Miss Giggles, and Little Miss Dottie. Got a couple softcover picture books. The Little Rabbit, The Christmas Story, a Little Precious Moments book, and Skyfire by Frank Ash. We also have Happy Birthday Moon and Mooncake. I don't remember these books particularly well. I think I thought they were boring. This is Ed Emberley's Drawing Book of Animals, which is supposed to teach you how to draw. Like, you can draw this square, and then from that, you make this ape. You know what I was good at? I was good at copying the pictures at the end, but I couldn't really do anything out of my own head. You know what I mean? But we've talked about my lack of art skills before. We've got Dr. DeSoto by William Steig. The thing came up when I did my last video. Is it William Steig or William Steig? I just say it William Steig, but I also say it Jerome Weaselberry, and some people think it's Weiselberry, so I don't know. We have 3 of the Lyle Crocodile books. I think that's what they're called. The House on East 88th Street, which I believe is the first one, and then Lyle Crocodile, and then Lovable Lyle. These are all by Bernard Waber. Very fun books. We have Margaret Wise Brown's Goodnight. That's not Goodnight Moon. This one is Goodnight Moon. We have The Runaway Bunny as well. And we also have The Chocolate Rabbit by Maria Claret. Okay, here's a family classic. The Berenstain Bears and the Spooky Old Tree. It came with a cassette tape, which is not here because it's with all the other cassette tapes that we had. This book was so much fun to read and to listen to. Well, somebody loved it so much they ripped an entire page out. Great illustrations, great sound effects on the tape. I remember when I was a kid listening to it and the tape would give me goosebumps. I think my favorite part was when the 3 bears come across Great Sleeping Bear, and on the tape there was this huge snoring sound. So this is a fun, creepy story that I read through a lot. You could read it without listening to the tape, but it was so much more fun with the tape. We have here what seems to be our entire Dr. Seuss collection, along with some others that people think are Dr. Seuss, but they're not actually. They're just very close. They look a lot like them. So what I got here is The Cat in the Hat, and The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. I personally found The Cat in the Hat incredibly irritating. He's just such a jerk. He comes in and he ruins these 2 kids' lives and leaves a mess, and I hate that. We have King Midas and the Golden Touch, not Dr. Seuss, obviously. We have Please Try to Remember the 1st of October, also not Dr. Seuss, this is Theo Lasig. These are not organized at all. We have A Fly Went By Mike McClintock. We have Marvin K. Mooney, Will You Please Go Now? Liked this one. Dr. Seuss's ABCs. Hooper Humperdinck, not him. You have to read it like that. We have In a People House. This is a very old book. This masking tape looks ancient. Very well loved, obviously. We have Stop That Ball. Hand, Fingers, Thumb. Dum diddy dum diddy dum dum dum. This one's by Al Perkins, and I don't know, it just had great rhythm. Really fun book to read out loud. We have I Wish That I Had Duck Feet, another very well-loved book. Most of these are falling apart in some way or another. We have Go Dog Go, one of those books that you wanted my dad to read to you because, I don't know, it's just something about the way he did it. Also a very quotable book. The Berenstein's Bee book, also a quotable book. What's the line in here? Big brown bear, blue bull, beautiful baboon, blowing bubbles, biking backwards, bump! And I don't know what happens after that, because that's as far as I was able to memorize. This book doesn't really have much in the way of a plot, but it makes up for all of that with just the writing. It's not brilliant or anything, it's just so many bees, such a tongue twister. I'm sure parents hated that, but it's really fun for the kids. Here's another well-loved favorite, Hop on Pop. I kind of want to see if... Yep, the pages do in fact fall out because we read it so much that we ripped it apart, apparently. Look at this, it's fraying, it's ripped, there's tape, there's masking tape on the inside, there's duct tape on the outside. Now that is still in good shape because it's duct tape. I don't think my dad actually liked reading Hop on Pop. It was requested a lot, so he did read it, but he didn't prefer it because the story just... What story? There is no story. It's all just nonsense. And the last Dr. Seuss book in this box is Green Eggs and Ham. We do have One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, but it's in my collection, and you already saw it. There are 3 other books in the bottom of the box. One is this I Can. There's this little golden book, Things in My House. Don't remember this at all. Maybe I read it. Maybe I didn't. And this book, 5 Minutes Peace. I do remember this, about the mother elephant who just wants to be left alone for a little while to take a bath and her kids are pestering her. This is a cute little book. Okay, so here we have the last box. Most of the books in this box are actually part of a collection, so I think I'll start with those first. These books are the Serendipity books. We have quite a few of them. We have some in hardcover, some in softcover. I'll go through the softcover ones first. These are written by Stephen Cosgrove and illustrated by Robin James. So the thing about these books is they're all focused on animals. Each book is named after one particular animal. They have adorable names, adorable illustrations, and each story has a little moral or message at the end. Some of them are very humorous, some of them are a little sad. They're definitely a step up from Dr. Seuss and that level reading. Fairly complex vocabulary, I think. So in the soft cover, we have Squeakers, Mumpkin, Dragolin, Zippity Zoom, Poppy Seed, Morgan and You, Sniffles, Crickle Crack. This one is much thicker than the others. I don't know why. I think the paper is just heavier. Razzmatazz, Tickle's Tail. Don't remember that one. The Grumpling, I do remember that one, it's so cute. And In Search of the Save-A-Potamus. And then we have the hardcovers. They're all bound in different colors, as you see as I go through these 2 stacks. These are very nice books. They are kind of on the fancy side, not the kind of thing that you want to give your child when they're so young that they won't be able to appreciate them and they'll just chew on them and drool on them and rip the pages out and drag the book all over the floor. These are sophisticated picture books. We have Trafalgar True, The Gnome from Nome, Weedle on the Needle, The Dream Tree, Cartouche. I think I avoided this one because it's a snake. Serendipity. This is, I don't know if it's the first one in the series, but it's the one that the series is named for. If you look at the back of the softcover ones, they have the little Serendipity logo. We have Leo the Lop, Catundra, Maui Maui, In Search of the Save-A-Potamus. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yep, that's the same book, but a different cover. So in one you have the, I think it said it was the Hortosaurus, and the Save-A-Potamus. Oh, also, the difference between the hardcover and the softcover. The softcover have the little moral on the bottom. This one says it's best to only take what you need. We have Captain Smudge, Morgan and Me, Snaffles, Knitter Pitter, Hucklebug, Flutterby, or maybe it's Flutterby, I was never sure. Leo the Lop Tale 3, I don't know what happened to Tale 2, I guess we never got that one. Little Mouse on the Prairie, The Muffin Muncher, Jake O'Shaughnessy, Shimmery, and the last one is Bengali. As you can tell, these are very fanciful books. The other books in the box are 4 Victoria Plum books, Victoria and the Sparkling Web, Victoria and the Prickly Hedgehog, Victoria Goes Fishing, and Victoria Gives a Flying Lesson. Oh, and we have another one of these books, Snow by Roy McKee and P.D. Eastman. Here we have a counting board book, 10 Little Kittens. Very cute pictures inside. Another counting book. This is my big golden counting book. Okay, so this book was originally published in 1956. This is the 26th printing in 1976. It has some very nice illustrations. This one I do remember reading and going through quite a lot. The Aesop for Children, with pictures by Milo Winter. The fables are mostly crowded together on the page, and there are some smaller illustrations, but there are also some full-page illustrations. I remember reading this book with my sister, and then also reading it by myself. I do think with this book, when I was little, I would go through and look at the pictures and be like, oh, it's a story about a dog, it's a story about a fox, but not really understand that it was trying to say something about human nature. Or I would kind of get it, but not completely. It's the kind of thing that you need to read it more as you get older and you understand people more. We have this really fun pop-up book of This is the House That Jack Built. The House That Jack Built is another one of those fun tongue twister things that probably drive parents crazy, but it's good for the kids, you know? And with this one, you have the text over here on the side, and you have the pictures, and there are certain things that are cut out, so as you read through, the cutout goes over here with some of the text, and the picture changes, and it's very complex. And I remember when I would read it through when I was really little, I found it very confusing, but it's actually pretty cool. And the last 3 books are 3 really cute hardcovers. These 3 books are all published by Barron's. 2 of these kind of go together. The first is Animals of the Forest. It's a very informative book, very intelligent. It's text by E. Mora and illustrations by Kennedy, translated by Jean Grasso Fitzpatrick. And it tells all about different animals in the forest. The woodpecker, the mole, and it has and it has these little illustrations. I mean, they managed to make a mole look cute, so that's pretty impressive. The owl! We also have Animals of the Wild, which is about animals of the wild. This one has text by F. Pazzoli and E. Mora, and it's all about the lion and the toucan and the hippopotamus, which you can't see because it's over there. I admit that I probably didn't actually read the words in the book. I just went through and looked at the pictures because they were cute, and that's what I wanted to see. I didn't really care about learning. That's not true. I did care about learning. If I say that I wasn't interested in learning, then my mom will be upset with me. And the last one is this hardcover copy from Barron's of The Ugly Duckling by Hans Christian Andersen. This was such a sweet little book. He looks so sad, doesn't he? Like the others, this book has beautiful illustrations by Kennedy, vivid colors, and just cute expressions on the animals. And it's just a really nice book. So that's the end. That is the end of the picture books that I have to show you. I hope you enjoyed the little tour. I hope you didn't mind my occasional rambling and tangents. It's been a lot of fun to see these books again and to remember certain things that I hadn't thought about in a long time, and to share them with you, to share those memories with you. So I hope you liked that, and you'll stick around for more videos. Thanks for watching!